Let's talk about Reva.
No, no, no. We don't talk about Reva.
Welcome to Galactic Initiative. I'm your host, Jeff. In this video, I will point out Third Sister's shortcomings. I am frustrated with Lucasfilm's shoddy work on Kenobi. Also, I grow tired of debating people who do not know the lore. To be clear, I have not instigated any debates. Lately, I am often pressed for my thoughts on the Kenobi series, then dismissed as wrong because I object to Reva's conception and development. I hope this video will clearly articulate my criticisms and thus spare me from further arguments. Additionally, please understand the distinction between actress and character. Though I find little engaging and much puzzling about her portrayal of Third Sister, I will not blame Moses Ingram's performance at this time. I am not acquainted with her circumstances in the production. I have seen neither the scripts nor Deborah Chow's direction. So I will focus on the character, not the woman who plays the character. An important distinction in light of recent controversy. Reva spares Luke. Yes, the leaks are dead on. Obi-Wan fails to protect Luke, but through Reva's grace, the galaxy will be saved. Her benevolence manifests itself in two ways. She delivers Luke and evidently keeps his secret. Well, forgive me, none of the series has weight. Remember the sequel trilogy's take on the original trilogy.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I will not condemn Reva's redemption beyond saying tired and clumsy. Tired inasmuch as the dark to light redemption arc has become a Star Wars trope. Clumsy because the writer plainly does not understand the source material. Reva's impact on the original trilogy has been established to Kathleen Kennedy's satisfaction. She directly forfends Return of the Jedi. Quite epic and magnanimous. Thank goodness for Reva, and thank goodness Obi-Wan is a figurehead to sell subscriptions. Should the backlash confuse Disney? The final episode culminates her weaknesses as a character. I will review them from the beginning. Reva Savander, youngling, escaped Order 66 at the Jedi Temple by taking a lightsaber to the heart and thereafter playing dead. Darth Vader executed her friends as she watched, then stabbed her through the chest. She slumped to the ground with a critical wound, but managed to stay alive and avoid detection despite the presence of Darth Vader and the 501st Legion. One major problem with the scenario is show, don't tell. The series doesn't include Reva's escape. Audiences see nothing about her exit and hear only a sentence about her lifeless ruse. According to the scenes in Episode 3, The Clone Wars, and The Bad Batch, the troopers who executed Order 66 were thorough. Their programmed overkill assured the Jedi's eradication. Here is a sample. So Reva's improbable getaway begged a visible explanation that never came. Imagine Episode 4 minus Princess Leia's rescue. A tractor beam pulls the Millennium Falcon inside the Death Star. Seconds later, the freighter leaves the battle station with Princess Leia on board. After the Sentry fighters are destroyed, she remarks about the ease of their escape. Han replies, "Easy? You call that easy? The old man deactivated the tractor beam and sacrificed himself for us. We snuck into the detention block and fought our way back to the Falcon." Ridiculous, yes? Where are the stakes? Where is the tension? Where are the character-building moments? The audience gains no respect for the heroes because the writing reduces their thrilling, far-fetched deeds to exposition. Furthermore, the odds of escaping the Death Star are so slim that, absent a visual account, the narrative loses credibility. Or, put a different way, the suspension of disbelief is broken. Consider Reva's escape from the Jedi Temple through the same lens, and the problem becomes obvious. If they'd experienced her fear, torment, and determination, viewers could have related to her, or, I dare say, rooted for her at the turn. I will address her revenge scheme a few minutes from now. Another credibility issue is the not-so-critical condition of impalement by lightsaber. In the Disney era, it has become a recurring problem for Star Wars. A stab to the torso should quickly end a character's life. However, not one but two characters survive the condition sans elucidation in the same series. Darth Vader stabs Reva, Reva stabs the Grand Inquisitor, and Darth Vader stabs Reva again. In fact, Third Sister suffered the grievous wound both as a youngling and an adult. The chance of enduring once, let alone twice, destroys the story's stakes and plausibility. But Jeff, you chuckle. The Grand Inquisitor clarifies matters in the 5th episode. No, he most certainly did not. His rhetorical question,
"Revenge does wonders for the will to live, don't you think?"
The line is neither expository nor justifiable. It is plot armor, an indication of bad writing. But Jeff, you scoff. Obi-Wan bisected Darth Maul, yet the Zabrak lived. First, I never approved of Darth Maul's resurrection. I have made the same case against it since 2012. It set the stage for recent nonsense. Second, notwithstanding my disapproval, at least the Clone Wars used a multi-episode arc to show Maul's survivance. Watch Brothers, episode 421 of the Clone Wars, to witness the extremity of Maul's degradation. He lost his mind as a result of his ordeal. What did the Kenobi series do for Reva or the Grand Inquisitor? It relied on a 10-year-old mistake and explained nothing. Third, Darth Maul was a Sith Lord. His dark side powers outclassed the Inquisitors. For evidence, watch Twilight of the Apprentice, the 2-part finale of Rebels Season 2. Reva was not an Inquisitor when Anakin first stabbed her. She was a Jedi youngling. The show suggests a girl in acute distress harnessed the dark side abilities of a Sith Lord only once before and dubiously so employed. It is the definition of plot armor. The phenomenon in fiction whereby the main character is allowed to survive dangerous situations because he, she, it is needed for the plot to continue. My examples come from Disney canon. I am not reaching into a 90s expanded universe novel for my information. Reva's hatred of Kenobi is confused at best and contrived at worst. She blames Obi-Wan for Anakin's fall to the dark side. If service to the Empire taught her nothing else, she would understand the dynamic between Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. The Master, not the Apprentice, founded the Inquisitorius. 2017's Darth Vader comics feature the group's backstory. Regardless of its many deficiencies, the run is canon. Its author, Charles Sewell, writes for the High Republic. Draw your own conclusions. Reva's incredible intuition is apparently blind to Emperor Palpatine, the embodiment of evil, the man who destroyed the Jedi Order and introduced the Inquisitorius. Ahead of Obi-Wan's mentorship on the culpability list are Anakin's grooming by Palpatine, secret relationship with Padme, visions of the future, attachment to his mother, years in bondage, late start as a Jedi, violence in the Clone Wars, failure to retain Ahsoka, distrust of the Jedi Council, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, etc. A long list of personal issues. Reva's conclusion is a fallacy from an otherwise impeccable intellect. In other words, the show's emphasis on her ability to quickly, accurately divine motivations turns her oversimplification of Obi-Wan's role into an unbelievable mistake. Whether or not she began the tale with awareness of Anakin's personal issues, and for her sake, I will presume her ignorance, she senses and when convenient literally reads other characters' minds. Her time with Obi-Wan exposes his nescience and guilt to her. Recall their encounter in the automated docking facility on Daiyu. Here is a brief summary of her erroneous conclusions. Anakin fell due to Obi-Wan's poor instruction and supervision. Obi-Wan should have anticipated Anakin's fall and subsequent attack on the Jedi Temple. Thus, Obi-Wan should have protected the temple. The flaws are apparent, but let's apply the Socratic method. Did Reva know Obi-Wan prior to Order 66? Did she watch Obi-Wan and Anakin together? What evidence of substandard education exists? Focus on process, not outcome. Is Obi-Wan responsible for Anakin's decisions when they are contrary to all his lessons? Does any factor other than Obi-Wan's tutelage warrant examination? Where was Obi-Wan when Anakin fell? How did Obi-Wan react to Anakin's fall? Was it possible for Obi-Wan to protect the temple? Reva's false dilemmas underpin her relentless search for Kenobi. Without them, the show lacks reason for its inciting incident, Reva's kidnapping of Princess Leia. So convenience, not causality, seemingly drove the storyline. If I extend the benefit of the doubt, the writer misconstructed and misguided his main character. Finally, Reva's pursuit of vengeance is a convoluted, contradictory mess. Her trauma at the Jedi Temple drives her to quote-unquote hunt Darth Vader. However, she has served him for years. Her efforts to gain his trust bring suffering and eliminate potential distractions, which are necessary to fulfill her plan. Reva's actions prioritize payback over the galaxy's subjugation. Is this approach not the pinnacle of self-absorption? The forest for the trees, and so on. Her turn to the dark side affords her rank with the Empire, yet she becomes the most radical Inquisitor, a madwoman who kidnaps, maims, and tortures the innocent for a crack at Darth Vader. Whether she is truly evil or a method actor, she inflicts the same terror that she experienced as a child. A viewer cannot empathize with her past, nor support her vendetta, if such empathy and support require the abandonment of a moral compass. If she displayed an overarching limit, a universally accepted boundary in conjunction with some personal stake, the protection of children, for example, the audience might relate to her. Time and again, she chooses revenge over the greater good. As Gary from Nerdrotic observed, quote, Reva has spent years killing men, women, and children to get revenge on Vader for killing men, women, and children, end quote. In her dealings with Obi-Wan, she claims the moral high ground while actively destroying the moral high ground. Her anger with his perceived failure compels her to find him, but once he surrenders, she allows him to escape. Her golden ticket inexplicably alternates between apprehending Obi-Wan and destroying the rebels' smuggling operation. The writer attempts to retcon all plot holes with a big reveal in the 5th episode. Smoke and mirrors. If subjected to minor scrutiny, the attempt crumbles. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Subscribe to Galactic Initiative for more interesting Star Wars content.
Galactic Initiative is not authorized or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. The name Star Wars and all related materials are registered trademarks of Lucasfilm Limited, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, all rights reserved. Galactic Initiative is a registered trademark, and other product and company names are trademarks of their respective holders. Use does not imply affiliation or endorsement.